Hello and welcome to TRT World. Live from Istanbul, I'm Rachael Ruble. Also ahead on the program. During consideration of the bipartisan resolution setting out the ground rules for the trial, 11 Republicans voted no. Given that, how much more difficult does this make it for Democrats to get enough support to convict Trump? Or is it already a given that Trump will be acquitted in this trial? I'm wondering, is the EU within its rights to do this, to implement a possible ban on vaccine exports? Frank, this latest development in Libya was something the UN Special Envoy was working on for some time. How and why do you think this happened? Are these particular waters frequented by pirates, and have Turkish ships or crew been targeted before? Jay, I know the Kansas City Chiefs only just arrived there in Tampa today. Tell us how the teams are preparing for the big game, which kicks off now less than 24 hours away. We begin in China, where at least 11 miners have been rescued after an explosion at Hushan gold mine. In India, search and rescue teams are working around the clock to look for survivors after part of a Himalayan glacier collapsed in the northern state of Uttarakhand on Sunday. We begin in Myanmar, where the country's military seems poised to crush the anti-coup protest movement. The military has rolled back laws protecting freedoms and issued arrest warrants for several prominent opposition campaigners. And as Liz Maddock reports, residents got together to warn people of troublemakers they say have been deliberately unleashed by the military. There has been fallout for both Democratic and Republican parties after former U.S. President Donald Trump was acquitted of inciting an insurrection in his second impeachment trial. Both sides are claiming victory, while some say the Republican Party is at a crossroads on who should lead them. Meanwhile, Democrats say it's time to move on to passing President Biden's COVID-19 relief package. Trump supporters say they are very happy about his acquittal. In his reaction to the news, the former president said the political movement to make America great again has only begun, and his supporters hope it is a signal that he could run for president again. Well, polls have closed in Kosovo's parliamentary elections. It's a race between a reformist left-wing party and the traditional elite who have run the small Balkan state for the past decade. The vote comes after the Constitutional Court ruled the current government is invalid. The United States continues to wrestle with the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines. And with demand exceeding supply, worries are growing over the newer variant of the virus now being detected in the U.S. Frank Uciardo has more details from New York. The European Union has been slow to secure and authorize COVID-19 vaccines. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has publicly admitted these failings for the first time. But she insists that ordering vaccines collectively for all member states was the right thing to do. While the U.S. and UK have raced ahead with their vaccination programs, the bloc has been caught short as drug makers fell behind on orders. Well, Chuck Schumer, the leading Democrat, called the charges the gravest ever brought against a U.S. president. Trump's legal team has called the trial absurd and unconstitutional on the basis that he has already left office. Well, meanwhile, Donald Trump's lawyer, Bruce Castor, said it was unacceptable to punish Americans for making political speeches. He also believes if Trump is convicted, the political pendulum will change. And Britain's chief mouser at number 10 Downing Street is celebrating 10 years at the helm. Larry the cat moved into the British Prime Minister's official residence to clean up a rodent infestation. A task he has yet to accomplish, mind you. These days, Larry spends his days greeting guests, among other official duties. During his term in office, the adopted cat has shared the residence with 3 prime ministers. All right, do stay with us. That's the news for now. Your headlines are next.